Welcome to the Left of Str8 Show.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode of 5 Questions With. Today, I'm very excited to have back my special guest, Brandon Carmody. If you missed our interview, you can always check the link below. We talked last week. Brandon is on a virtual music tour from now through early September. So very exciting for him. Brandon, you ready to play some 5 questions?
Absolutely. Let's knock it out of the park.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Number 1. Now, you're a fantastic interviewer yourself. You've had a podcast for many years. We talked about in your interview. What is the favorite guest you've interviewed in the past? And what's the one that may have got away that you've always kind of went, ugh, I wish I could have.
Okay, my favorite guest that I've interviewed was Margaret Cho. I've interviewed Margaret Cho multiple times. I believe that on my favorite interview, we talked about Anna Nicole, her friend that had passed away unexpectedly, and she told some great stories about her times there. And of course, there's been a documentary about that story. But Margaret Cho is also very open about her struggles and different things that happened to her in her lifetime. So I just always felt honored and privileged that I had a chance to interview Margaret Cho. People that got away. I've been chasing the dragon on several high-profile guests for years. I've been trying to get the Clintons. I tried to get people in politics. I did, but I never got as far as like the presidential level. But I tried to get Clinton and Obama, and I've really shot for the top level. And I've got lots of emails and cards back from staffers. I'll put it that way.
There you go. That would have been amazing. Oh, my goodness. I love that. Yeah, Margaret's been on my show 5 times. I just are 6, so I'm very excited to talk to her. She's on everything these days. She's been guest starring like crazy, and she is, like you said, been an open book with all of her life and
That's right.
the good and the bad. So good job. All right, question number 2. We have to talk about your love of Star Trek. We talked a lot about it in the interview. From Star Trek OG, Next Generation, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine, and then separately the newest streaming ones, Discovery, Strange New Worlds, and Picard. Who is your favorite captain of OG and New, and why?
It's Jean-Luc Picard, which is perfectly apropos for what we talked about in our interview today with Picard Season 3 wrapping up, because just to set the stage for you, I was 10 years old in 1987 when Star Trek The Next Generation premiered in September. Okay, it premiered like the week of my 10th birthday, for God's sakes. And I had a black and white television. And from the moment Captain Picard came on that bridge, in black and white for me, and took strong command and eventually decided to separate, like he was just, it was great. It was the night and day antithesis difference from Captain Kirk. So I'd also loved Captain Kirk, but Picard became my favorite immediately. And now he's an admiral. Retired.
There you go. That is awesome. All right, good answer. All right, we have the keyboard in front of you. You played some great music for us on your interview. What is your second favorite instrument after the keyboard? And what is the one instrument you can't play yet, but you've always wanted to?
My second favorite instrument after the keyboard? Gosh. It would have to be something keyboard-like. My skills don't really. You know what? I played xylophone a few times. I can do different things. Instrument I can't play. Scott, when I told you during my interview that my father was the choir director for both the junior high and high school, he was a guitarist, which meant that I got some time with his guitar starting from when I was a kid. I don't know how people do it. And I've had guitarists in my band, and they've always shown me, they're like, oh yeah, your fingers just developed callus. It's fine, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I played for 30 minutes and the strings literally felt like they were cutting into my flesh. But I can do a few chords on the guitar and whatnot, but I never got past some basic chord structure. So don't expect me to do like the solo to Stairway or anything.
I was like, I have
no it's not happening.
Musical instruments at all. So I am jealous of your prowess on the keyboard for sure. All right, question number 4. You're going to throw a dinner party and you can invite any 3 singers, songwriters, or musicians, either living or dead. Who would you invite to your dinner party and why?
Oh, this is going to be almost all people that I've seen because I this year I saw Roger Waters, the founder of Pink Floyd, doing a lot of Pink Floyd classics. And for me and my friends that went to that show, by the way, that's as close to Pink Floyd as it gets, where it's still like, yeah. But the man is nefarious, to quote one of those Indiana Jones movies, with his politics on wearing it on his sleeve. Like, if he would just go up there and sing the songs, it might be less controversial. So I would definitely invite Roger Waters. I would invite Tori Amos and probably Tom York from Radiohead, because that would be a strange ass dinner party, just having all the three of them together. And I bet it would be dramatic.
It would be, I bet. That's great. That would be a fun party had by all. All right. Last question. If you had a whole day where you could do anything you wanted, regardless of the expense, what would you do and who would you want to do it with?
Oh my God, you're going to love this. The Star Trek cruise. I've been talking with people about this for years. So, Scott, I hate to break it to you, but it's not cheap. I think on the low end, just to get aboard the cruise and get yourself in some type of room is like almost 2,000. It's like 1,700. So if expense was no bear, I would go on a Star Trek cruise. And usually they pack those things pretty heavily between some legacy TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise cast members. And reportedly, as I saw from last year, I saw pictures of Marina Sirtis playing poker with fans. So it's not like you just go and you see them speak in some ballroom. Like, they're on the ship with you, like they're interactive. And I can show you my photo with Brent Spiner. Like, I got 1.5 full minutes talking to Brent Spiner. It's a real blast getting FaceTime with TNG and Star Trek cast. It really is. So I would take the damn cruise, go to Mexico or wherever it's going, but I would just go wherever it's going just to be with them.
Good answer. I love it. Well, Brandon Carmody, you made it through 5 questions. Very good, my friend. Thanks so much for being on Left of Str8 Show. Let everyone know where your website is and where they can find this virtual tour of yours now playing through September.
BrandonCarmody.com, and you can check all the socials and wherever you get your podcast.
Super duper. Guys, that's Brandon Carmody, my special guest today. We'll have another round of 5 questions coming up next week. You're listening to Left of Str8 Show right here in the Left of Str8 Radio Network. Have a good one, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Left of Str8 Show. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast distributor, and please give us a 5-star rating so more listeners can find us. You can follow us on social media, and be sure to check out our website, www.leftofstraightradio.com, for contests and other news and information. See you next week.